11 courses of general philosophy of biography to help you change your life. Human life is like a play. In that play, we can choose the role for ourselves. Sometimes, looking at the wisdom and understanding of other people's lives, we can feel them, at least change our perception of life. Here are 11 life philosophy sentences to help readers discover that, in fact, to lead a happy and peaceful life is not too difficult. 1. When you hold grudges and resentments towards others, the person being hated does not suffer, but it is you who is hurt and suffering, making yourself full of injuries. 2. Fate is like a book. If you don't pay attention, you will miss it. If you read it too carefully, you will shed tears. 3. Don't argue with a fool. If you argue with a fool, you won't know who the fool is in the end. 4. Degree is a bronze medal, ability is a silver medal, dealing with people is a gold medal, thinking is the trump card. 5. A person's success is not determined at the starting point but at the turning point. 6. A person who grew up so well, so excellent, but did not know himself, is temperament and style. 7. If anger lets it out, it's instinct. If anger can be contained, it is bravery, professionalism, and maturity. 8. Doing a simple thing over and over is called an expert, but using the same mind to do the same thing is the winner. 9. Good intentions a warm sentence 3 winter, evil words cold 6 months summer. 10. There are 2 things in this world that we cannot help but do. One is to go, the other is to stop to see if we have a good attitude or not. 11. Money has 2 types. If it's spent, it's an asset. If it's stored and not spent, it's just paper, a legacy. Now we will analyze the above statements in detail. 1. When you hold grudges and resentments towards others, the person being hated does not suffer, but it is you who is hurt and suffering, making yourself full of injuries. Like, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. This statement is meant to show that harboring anger and resentment towards others is seriously hurting yourself, similar to drinking poison to expect the other person to die. Anger and resentment are negative emotions and put pressure on our mind and body, causing us to become stressed, anxious, distressed, and possibly harmful to our health. Similar to drinking poison, harboring anger and resentment can not only hurt you, but it can also damage your relationships with others. When we harbor anger and resentment, we often lose control of our actions and ignore the negative consequences of holding on to these emotions. This can lead to inappropriate action, violence, or damage to the relationship. Therefore, this statement wants to emphasize that holding on to anger and resentment is not in the best interests of oneself and others. Instead, we should focus on solving problems peacefully, seeking to listen to and understand the other person's point of view, and reach mutual agreement to maintain good and healthy relationships. 2. Fate is like a book. If you don't pay attention, you will miss it. If you read it too carefully, you will shed tears. This saying means that our life is like a book, where every page is a new event or experience. Our destiny is like the pages of this book, and if we don't notice and pay attention to the things that happen in our lives, we can miss important opportunities and wonderful experiences. However, if we read too deeply into the book, similar to immersing ourselves too deeply in the events of our lives, we can fall into a bad state of mind, suffer, or become sad. The saying wants to emphasize that we should know how to balance in observing and enjoying life's events, not being too optimistic or too pessimistic. Similar to reading a book, we should approach our life with an open mind and focus, and maintain a balanced attitude to avoid negative emotions. However, sometimes when we immerse ourselves too deeply into a memorable memory or experience, it can evoke strong emotions, including negative ones, that bring us to tears. In short, this quote wants to remind us that our destiny is like a book, and to lead a full and meaningful life, we should approach it with focus and balance. 3. Don't argue with a fool. If you argue with a fool, you won't know who the fool is in the end. Arguing with an ignorant person can be difficult because they cannot understand or do not want to hear another opinion. If you try to argue with him, you may lose time and energy and not achieve any change or progress. Also, if you try to argue with an ignorant person and fail, people may see you as an idiot, because you have not been able to communicate your opinion effectively or are not informed enough to understand that you shouldn't argue with someone who doesn't know anything. Therefore, it is better to avoid arguing with ignorant people and focus on those who are able to understand and make reasonable arguments. 4. Degree is a bronze medal, ability is a silver medal, dealing with people is a gold medal, thinking is the trump card. A degree is seen as an achievement, yet has a relatively low value, compared to a bronze medal. Competence, talent is an achievement much higher than a degree. It is considered a higher achievement, compared to a silver medal. Treating others tactfully and succeeding in social relationships is considered a very high achievement, compared to a gold medal. However, more important than those achievements is the ability to think creatively, which is intelligence and creativity in thinking, considered a trump card, i.e. the most important factor to achieve. Succeed and overcome challenges. In summary, this sentence shows that qualifications, competence and skillful treatment are all encouraging achievements, but creative thinking is the decisive factor to overcome challenges and achieve great success. 5. A person's success is not determined at the starting point but at the turning point. The starting point is only a small part of success, not everything. Because in life, we will encounter many different situations, sometimes we will face barriers, challenges, even failures. However, successful people will always find ways to overcome barriers and challenges, take advantage of important turning points to make the right decisions, so that they can achieve their ultimate goals. So, this sentence shows that one's success depends on the ability to make the right decisions at important turning points in life, not just on the starting point or initial premise. 6. A person who grew up so well, so excellent, but did not know himself, is temperament and style. A person can grow up with a good education, good training, excellent ability and talent, but if they do not know how to use those virtues skillfully and subtly to impress, it is not enough to honor the image, honor one's own values and be respected by others. Temperament and style are important factors to help people enhance their self-worth and earn the respect of others. Temperament is a person's attitude, manners, way of talking and attitude in life. Style is the way to behave, respectful attitude and behave properly in different situations. In summary, this sentence shows that not only ability and talent, but temperament and appearance are also important to help people become outstanding and respected. 7. If anger lets it out, it's instinct. If you can control your anger, it's professional and mature. When people are faced with an angry situation, their instincts are to respond immediately, often with a strong and uncontrollable response. However, if the person is able to control his anger, stay calm and alert in that difficult situation, it is a demonstration of bravery and self-control. Courage is defined as the ability to control yourself in difficult situations, avoid your actions being influenced by emotions, and make informed and right decisions. People with bravery often know how to regulate their emotions, to stay calm and take reasonable action in any situation. In summary, this sentence wants to emphasize that the ability to control one's emotions is an important characteristic of bravery. If the person can control his anger and calmly face difficult situations, it is a display of bravery and self-control. 8. Doing a simple thing over and over is called an expert, but using the same mind to do the same thing is the winner. Doing the same thing over and over again can help one become an expert in that field. However, doing the same thing without the use of mind, creativity, without the spirit of innovation cannot be said to be a real success. A real winner is the one who has the ability to create, use his heart and apply innovation to achieve better results in the process of work. Not only do they work in duplicate, but they also demonstrate creativity and innovative spirit in their work. In summary, this sentence wants to emphasize that duplicating work is not enough to achieve real success, but there needs to be creativity, innovative spirit, and mind in the working process. Only by combining duplication and creativity can true success be achieved. 9. A good sentence is warm in 3 winters, evil words are cold for 6 months in summer. A word of goodwill, a word of encouragement, a kind word of sharing will give listeners a feeling of warmth, closeness, and consolation. Conversely, a word of malice, disparagement, criticism, or lies can create feelings of coldness, bitterness, and emotional rift. Sun Tzu once said, "A person's gift is as precious as a word's jade, and a harmful word is like a sword." For ancient cultivators, practicing speech was extremely important. In ancient times, cultivators were asked not to lie, not to speak cruel words, and not to say meaningless things. Because they think that speaking is to accumulate virtue and create karma. So, this sentence wants to emphasize that the power of speech is not in length or quantity, but in quality and meaning. A kind, well-meaning word will warm the heart of the listener and help create a good relationship, while a mean, heartbreaking word will have the opposite effect. Talking must use the mind to think, sensitive things must be said carefully. Each person must manage their own mouth well, do not temporarily satisfy the mouth and say vague words, so nature can turn enemies into friends. 10. There are 2 things in this world that we cannot help but do. One is to go, the other is to stop to see if we have a good attitude or not. Traveling is an inevitable part of life, because time does not stop and things are always changing. We have to go to continue our journey, to reach our goal and get to where we want to go. Stopping and reflecting on yourself is very important to re-evaluate your journey. We need to regularly stop, self-assess, and see for ourselves. This helps us to recognize our own strengths and weaknesses, from which we can develop ourselves and improve better for the future. Self-assessment helps us to realize that we are on the right track or not, if the wrong direction can be adjusted in time. It also helps us to know if we have a good mood or not, whether we need to adjust to improve our state of mind for a better life. 11. Money has 2 types. If it's spent, it's an asset. If it's stored and not spent, it's just paper, a legacy. If we focus only on hoarding money without using and consuming it, we can miss out on the enjoyable experiences in life, causing feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. At the same time, the saying also implies that we should not be too greedy and spend money unreasonably, but find ways to use money sensibly to achieve balance in life. We need to think and plan to invest and use money wisely, to create value for ourselves and for society, while avoiding risks and ensuring our financial future. Above are 11 categories of general philosophy to help you change your life. Let's summarize the important information presented in the video together. 1. When you hold grudges and resentments towards others, the person being hated does not suffer, but it is you who is hurt and suffering, making yourself full of injuries. 2. Fate is like a book. If you don't pay attention, you will miss it. If you read it too carefully, you will shed tears. 3. Don't argue with a fool. If you argue with a fool, you won't know who the fool is in the end. 4. Degree is a bronze medal, ability is a silver medal, dealing with people is a gold medal, thinking is the trump card. 5. A person's success is not determined at the starting point but at the turning point. 6. A person who grew up so well, so excellent, but did not know himself, is temperament and style. 7. If anger lets it out, it's instinct. If anger can be contained, it is bravery, professionalism, and maturity. 8. Doing a simple thing over and over is called an expert, but using the same mind to do the same thing is the winner. 9. Good intentions a warm sentence 3 winter, evil words cold 6 months summer. 10. There are 2 things in this world that we cannot help but do. One is to go, the other is to stop to see if we have a good attitude or not. 11. Money has 2 types. If it's spent, it's an asset. If it's stored and not spent, it's just paper, a legacy. Hopefully the experiences and lessons we have just shared have given you more motivation and encouragement to overcome difficulties in life. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to our channel to update the latest videos on other useful topics. See you in the next videos. Wish you always happy and successful in life.